Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our region's business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, just in time for Memorial Day weekend, the traditional kickoff of the summer travel season, we'll take a look inside an historic Pittsburgh mansion that's opened its doors as a boutique hotel. Plus, we'll pose a question. Are you travel ready? Well, you better ask a doctor first. We'll meet one in a few minutes. But first, our region's newest global attraction is attracting some international attention. Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Garden has opened its new Center for Sustainable Landscapes, a living building that takes green building to a whole new level. Last week, the Allegheny Conference and Visit Pittsburgh teamed up to bring reporters to our region from around the world to tour the just completed building and sample our region as a destination for tourism and business investment. Turns out this is shaping up to be a busy summer for Pittsburgh hotels, thanks to a string of conventions and conferences and general visitation. Richard Piacentini is Executive Director of Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Garden, and Craig Davis is President and CEO of Visit Pittsburgh. Welcome back. Good to see both of you.
Great. Thanks.
Richard, congratulations. Big grand opening event this past week.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out too.
No, absolutely. And for folks who don't know what the new building is about, what is it and why is it such a big deal?
It's our new Research Education Administration Center. It's called the Center for Sustainable Landscapes. It's actually going to be one of the greenest buildings in the world. It was designed to meet the Living Building Challenge, LEED Platinum, and Sustainable Sites. We think it's going to be the first building in the world to achieve all three of those certifications, and it's a place not only for our staff to have offices, but also the central atrium of the building is going to be open to the public so they can come in and see how it works and learn all about it, and the whole landscape that surrounds the building will be open to the public as well.
Well, really cool. Folks who can get out there this summer to see it. It's a great trend-setting thing, and really the centerpiece of this, of a lot of the PR outreach on behalf of the region this summer, right, Craig?
Absolutely. You know, the Phipps has done a great job of giving us something to sell, and you know that's what we do, is we sell unique experiences, and that is certainly one of those.
Yeah, and I know you were involved in bringing in reporters too as part of the opening, so a lot of interest in this, really outside the region.
Well, there sure is. You know, the convention center received platinum status about 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And with the opening of this new living building, we're really positioning ourselves as a green destination for tourism, for related conventions. Just up to this point in time, we've brought about 150,000 room nights in for business and groups that are purely interested in green and sustainability.
Really? And yet, because I remember when the plans were to build that green convention center over a decade ago, there was a lot of who's really going to care if it's a green convention center or not. It turns out there's a market for this.
There sure is. You know, when we first opened up the building in 2004, we, after surveying our customers, found out that only 5% really had an interest in sustainability and green. The last time we did that survey, about 2 years ago, it had risen to 30%.
30%. Richard, it really shows that Pittsburgh was way out in front.
Oh, absolutely. It goes way back to when Teresa Hines renovated her offices back in the mid-1990s, and we've been on we've just been going full speed ahead ever since.
Yeah, and Phipps has really embraced this wholeheartedly, not just with this newest building, but with what you've been doing for the last few years. For folks who don't know, what really is the difference for a living building versus just a green building?
Well, the main difference has to do with the fact that a living building has to be zero net energy and zero net water, which means you have to make all your own energy on site, and you have to make more energy for the building than you actually use in the building over a course of a year, and you have to be zero net water, which means you have to treat all your water on site. You have to treat all the sanitary water and all the storm water. None of it can leave the site and go down to Alcosan or anywhere else.
Wow.
That's actually probably the hardest one.
Well, and I can imagine, especially here in our region, with all the issues we have around stormwater overflow in our terrain, keeping it on site is not easy on our slopes.
No, but this is something we're really going to have to think seriously about as a region.
Very cool. Well, again, another reason why we're a real centerpiece. And it deals, too, with the outdoor environment we've created here. These kinds of things happening. It's really created a whole different experience being in Pittsburgh than even 10, 15 years ago.
Well, you're right, because part of our sell is what you can do in the city and what you can do in the countryside, which is only a short drive away. So that's a really big sell for us, and it gives a diversion for people that want to do things downtown, and then just 10 minutes away you can be on a bicycle on the hillside.
Well, Phipps a great example, the rail trail construction, the Consol Energy Center, Gold LEED certified indoor arena. Is all this adding up into additional business when it comes to travel and tourism?
It is, because a big challenge for Visit Pittsburgh has always been, can we get over the old moniker of Pittsburgh being a steel city, and all those things that were not necessarily positive things were surrounding it. Now our business, the way that we've changed our sales pitch to our customers has changed completely. We don't have to apologize anymore. It's quite the opposite. We're on the offense now, not the defense.
And does it translate into hotel occupancy, into just business and economic activity in general?
I think it does, because it helps to position the city as a clean, vibrant city. And the way that we measure that is through, as you said, hotel occupancy. And just this last year we had a 69% occupancy in Pittsburgh. That relates against a nationwide average of only 60%.
And then when you add it all up, what kind of economic impact does this kind of travel and tourism have on the region?
Well, for us in Allegheny County, it's a $4.8 billion industry.
Just in Allegheny County?
Just in Allegheny County.
Wow.
And the greater region, about $7.8 billion.
So when we see all these new hotels, and we're going to profile one in just another minute or so, popping up all around the region, I mean, there really is demand to fill these rooms, even though we seem to be adding new ones all the time.
There sure is. That 70% occupancy or 69% occupancy that I just said, that includes about a 50% increase in hotel availability in the last 10 years. So we've eaten up the new build, and we surpassed it.
Wow, it really is. And for those of us who have been in the region a long time, might be from here and sort of question Pittsburgh as a destination, I mean, that's really begun to change.
It has been changing for years, and now I think it's time that our local people that may not realize it come to realize the fact that this is a vibrant place to vacation, to visit. It's a very big part of the economy of Allegheny County.
And so, Richard, now you're on television, you have your grand opening. Folks are going to want to come and actually see this new building. When are you going to be in, and when it's really going to be open for folks?
We're going to actually start moving our staff in June, and then actually probably open the building up to the public in July. And the easiest thing for people to do is to check our website. We also have a Facebook and Twitter account they can sign up for, and we can alert them to when the building will be open to the public.
All right, and it is really cool. And a lot more to come, Craig. We only have 30 seconds left, but you've got some more big conferences and conventions in the lineup, as we move through the year, right? And
yes, absolutely. Just coming up in the short term, we just finished with the Intel Science Fair, which is a fantastic conference for the city. We have, of course, our friends the Furries are coming up, and right on the heels of that is the NHL Draft, Presbyterian Church USA. So the summer is going to have one thing after another. It's going to keep the place vibrant. Okay, if nothing else, we are eclectic here in our region. Craig Davis from Visit Pittsburgh, Richard Piacentini from Phipps Conservatory. Thank you both so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks, Bill. Next up, Pittsburgh's newest hotel has opened its doors inside an historic mansion on 5th Avenue. We'll take you inside Mansions on 5th as our region's business continues.